if you are over 55, and your blood pressure numbers seem to be creeping higher. Every year, despite medication, careful eating, or regular doctor visits, there is something you need to know right now, because for many seniors, blood pressure is not only influenced by what happens during the day, but by quiet habits that take place every single night, often without any warning signs at all. The most dangerous part is that these nighttime habits feel harmless, routine, and even relaxing. Yet research shows they can quietly push blood pressure higher while you sleep, placing extra strain on your heart, blood vessels, brain, and kidneys for hours at a time. Many older adults assume nighttime is when the body rests and heals, but certain behaviors can keep stress hormones elevated, disrupt circulation, and interfere with the body's natural ability to regulate blood pressure, especially as we age. Tonight we are counting down 5 common nighttime habits that may be secretly raising blood pressure in seniors, starting with the least damaging and moving toward the most impactful. At the end, you will also discover the single nighttime habit that studies suggest may help lower blood pressure naturally when done consistently, a simple practice many people overlook, yet one that may make a meaningful difference over time. Number 5. Staying up too late. Watching screens. For many seniors, evenings are the only quiet time of the day, and watching television, scrolling on a phone, or using a tablet in bed can feel comforting and harmless, but staying up late with screens can quietly interfere with blood pressure regulation in ways most people never consider. Screens emit blue light, which suppresses the production of melatonin, the hormone that signals the body it is time to rest. And when melatonin levels drop, stress hormones like cortisol remain elevated longer than they should. Cortisol naturally raises blood pressure to keep the body alert, and when it stays high late into the night, blood pressure may remain elevated during sleep instead of dipping to healthy nighttime levels. This effect becomes stronger with age because older bodies are less efficient at regulating hormone cycles. In addition, stimulating content such as news, dramatic shows, or social media can activate the nervous system, increasing heart rate and vascular tension right before bed. Beyond melatonin suppression, prolonged screen exposure can also disrupt the natural circadian rhythm, which regulates not just sleep, but hormonal balance, body temperature, and blood pressure cycles. Research shows that seniors who use screens late into the night often have smaller reductions in nocturnal blood pressure, a phenomenon called non-dipping, which is linked to higher cardiovascular risks such as heart attacks and strokes. In fact, studies published in Hypertension Research indicate that adults with non-dipping patterns are up to 30% more likely to experience heart-related complications compared to those whose blood pressure naturally drops at night. Even the content itself matters. Exposure to intense news or emotionally charged programs can trigger psychological stress responses, releasing adrenaline and other catecholamines that constrict blood vessels and increase blood pressure. Over months and years, this chronic nighttime stress can accelerate arterial stiffening, a natural aging process that is already common in seniors. Practical strategies for seniors include creating a dedicated screen-free period before bedtime, ideally 60 to 90 minutes. During this time, gentle stretching, meditation, or journaling can help release tension and encourage a natural drop in blood pressure. Even dim lighting in the bedroom, particularly warm or amber-toned bulbs, can help maintain melatonin production. For those who cannot completely avoid screens due to video calls or news updates, using blue light blocking glasses or software that reduces screen brightness can partially mitigate the effect. The sleep environment also plays a crucial role. Keeping the bedroom cool, quiet, and dark supports natural blood pressure dips. White noise machines or earplugs can prevent subtle disruptions in heart rate and vascular tension. Additionally, pairing this wind-down routine with slow breathing exercises or gentle mindfulness can enhance relaxation, further lowering the impact of late-night screen time on blood pressure. Over time, seniors may notice not only improved sleep quality, but also more stable nighttime blood pressure, reducing long-term cardiovascular risk. Additionally, staying up too late with screens doesn't just affect blood pressure in the immediate night. It can have cumulative effects over months and years. Chronic exposure to blue light at night can subtly alter sleep architecture, reducing restorative deep sleep stages that are critical for heart and kidney health. Over time, this can lead to persistent nighttime blood pressure elevation, even on nights when screens are avoided. Seniors may notice daytime fatigue, mood swings, or difficulty concentrating, all of which can indirectly increase daytime stress and further elevate blood pressure. Practical strategies to counteract these effects include pairing a screen-free period with gentle stretching, meditation, or breathing exercises to reinforce relaxation, creating a dimly lit, quiet bedroom environment, and avoiding stimulating content in the late evening can make a profound difference in overall cardiovascular health. Over weeks and months, these small adjustments help reinforce the body's natural circadian rhythm, allowing blood pressure to dip naturally at night and reducing long-term cardiovascular risk. Number 4. Eating heavy or salty dinners. Late at night. Late dinners are common among seniors, especially when family schedules or late hunger cues come into play. But eating heavy or salty meals close to bedtime can quietly raise blood pressure while you sleep. When large meals are consumed late, the digestive system remains active for hours, pulling blood toward the stomach and intestines, and forcing the heart to work harder during a time when it should be slowing down. High-sodium foods increase fluid retention, which raises blood volume and places extra pressure on blood vessel walls, particularly during the night when the body's ability to balance fluids is reduced. For older adults, kidneys are less efficient at removing excess sodium overnight, allowing blood pressure to remain elevated for longer periods. This effect is often unnoticed because it happens during sleep, yet repeated nightly strain can contribute to long-term hypertension. The timing of meals is just as important as what is eaten. Research from the Journal of Clinical Hypertension shows that seniors who eat late-night meals high in sodium or fat are more likely to exhibit elevated nocturnal blood pressure compared to those who consume lighter dinners earlier in the evening. Even foods perceived as healthy, such as cheese, cured meats, or sauces, can contain hidden sodium levels exceeding daily recommended intake, which over time contributes to vascular stiffness and increased heart workload at night. Portion size also matters. Large servings of meat, pasta, or rice late in the evening require more blood flow to the digestive system, which can interfere with the natural relaxation of the heart and blood vessels. In addition, overeating stimulates sympathetic nervous system activity, keeping the body alert and increasing cortisol release, which elevates blood pressure. Seniors can benefit from preparing lighter evening meals earlier in the evening, focusing on vegetables, lean proteins, and gentle seasoning, while avoiding pickled, canned, or processed foods that are often high in sodium. Pairing meals with light movement, such as a short walk, helps circulation and digestion while promoting a more natural drop in nighttime blood pressure. Drinking small amounts of water throughout the evening supports hydration without overloading the kidneys. Over time, creating a predictable, balanced mealtime routine can significantly reduce the cumulative strain on the cardiovascular system during sleep, leading to better nocturnal blood pressure control and overall heart health. Moreover, eating heavy or salty dinners late in the evening can lead to subtle, long-term vascular and kidney stress. The combination of late digestion, high sodium intake, and reduced nighttime kidney efficiency creates repeated strain on the cardiovascular system. Over time, arteries can become stiffer and the heart has to work harder to maintain adequate blood flow. Seniors may also experience increased nighttime urination, which interrupts deep sleep and prevents natural blood pressure dipping. Adjusting the timing of evening meals, choosing lighter, low-sodium foods, and maintaining hydration in moderate amounts are simple yet effective strategies to reduce this stress. Regular practice of these habits can support more stable nighttime blood pressure, improve sleep quality, and lessen the cumulative impact on both the heart and kidneys as the body ages. Number 3. Evening alcohol consumption. For some seniors, an evening drink feels like a simple way to unwind after a long day, but alcohol consumed at night can quietly disrupt blood pressure control in several ways, especially as the body ages. Alcohol initially causes blood vessels to relax, which may create a temporary feeling of calm. But as it is metabolized, it activates the nervous system and increases stress hormone release, leading to a rebound rise in blood pressure during sleep. Alcohol also interferes with sleep quality, reducing deep sleep stages that help regulate heart rate and vascular tone. Poor sleep itself is strongly linked to higher blood pressure over time, creating a cycle where alcohol disrupts sleep, and disrupted sleep worsens blood pressure. In addition, alcohol can dehydrate the body, prompting the kidneys to retain sodium and fluids, which further elevates blood pressure overnight. For seniors, these effects are magnified because alcohol is metabolized more slowly with age. Even moderate drinking in the evening can have surprisingly significant effects. Studies from the American Journal of Hypertension indicate that older adults consuming 1 to 2 alcoholic beverages nightly have higher nighttime blood pressure compared to non-drinkers, even if daytime readings appear normal. The body's impaired ability to metabolize alcohol with age prolongs its impact on hormone regulation, circulation, and renal function, making it more stressful for the heart and blood vessels during sleep. Alcohol also influences sleep architecture, reducing REM sleep and the deepest restorative stages of non-REM sleep, which are essential for vascular recovery. This disruption prevents natural nighttime blood pressure dipping, leaving the heart and kidneys under prolonged stress. Combined with the dehydration effect, alcohol can exacerbate fluid retention, swelling, and nighttime blood pressure spikes. Seniors who reduce or avoid alcohol in the evening or limit it to earlier in the day with meals often see improvements in both sleep quality and nocturnal blood pressure. Replacing evening drinks with herbal teas, infused water, or other non-alcoholic beverages allows the body to relax naturally without the rebound effects that alcohol causes. Over months, these changes can stabilize nighttime blood pressure patterns, improve heart rate regulation, and reduce the cumulative stress on the cardiovascular system and kidneys. Beyond immediate blood pressure spikes, regular evening alcohol intake can disrupt the body's internal hormonal balance over time. Alcohol metabolism increases the release of stress hormones and interferes with the natural restorative processes during sleep, which can contribute to sustained hypertension in older adults. Alcohol can also reduce the effectiveness of blood pressure medications when consumed regularly in the evening. Seniors may notice subtle signs such as morning headaches, increased nighttime heart rate, or light sleep, all of which indicate stress on the cardiovascular system. Choosing non-alcoholic alternatives in the evening, such as herbal teas or infused water, and maintaining a calm pre-sleep routine helps support natural nighttime blood pressure regulation. Consistent adoption of these practices allows the heart and kidneys to recover more fully during sleep, reducing long-term risks associated with hypertension and vascular stress. Number 2, irregular sleep schedule. Going to bed and waking up at different times each night may seem harmless after retirement, but an irregular sleep schedule can quietly disrupt the body's internal clock, known as the circadian rhythm, which plays a critical role in blood pressure regulation. The circadian rhythm helps signal when blood pressure should rise and fall throughout the day and night, and when sleep times are inconsistent, these signals become confused. As a result, blood pressure may stay higher at night instead of dropping naturally, a pattern linked to increased risk of heart problems in older adults. Irregular sleep also increases stress on the nervous system, keeping the body in a semi-alert state even during rest. Over time, this constant low-level stress can contribute to sustained hypertension. Research shows that seniors with highly variable sleep schedules are more likely to experience non-dipping blood pressure, where nighttime readings remain elevated instead of falling by the normal 10 to 20%. Over years, this pattern contributes to increased risk of stroke, heart attack, and kidney stress. Inconsistent sleep also disrupts cortisol and melatonin cycles, which regulate vascular tension, heart rate, and kidney function. Seniors can benefit from choosing a consistent bedtime and wake time, gradually adjusting sleep times by 15 to 30 minutes if needed, and avoiding late naps that can shift the circadian rhythm. Exposure to natural light in the morning reinforces the body's internal clock, while dim lighting in the evening signals that it is time to rest. Pairing regular sleep schedules with calming pre-sleep habits, such as reading, gentle stretching, or meditation, can further support blood pressure regulation. Environmental cues, such as keeping the bedroom cool, quiet, and dark, strengthen circadian signaling and allow the body to naturally reduce heart rate and vascular tension. Over time, maintaining a consistent sleep rhythm can dramatically improve nocturnal blood pressure stability, enhance sleep quality, and reduce stress on both the heart and kidneys. Additionally, an inconsistent sleep schedule disrupts the body's circadian rhythm, affecting hormonal cycles that regulate blood pressure. Seniors with irregular bedtimes may experience higher nighttime blood pressure even when they sleep for adequate total hours. This disruption can also impact daytime alertness, leading to increased caffeine intake or reduced physical activity, which further destabilizes blood pressure. Over time, the cumulative effects of irregular sleep patterns can increase the risk of cardiovascular events, kidney strain, and arterial stiffness. Maintaining a consistent bedtime and wake time, coupled with exposure to morning sunlight and a relaxing pre-sleep routine, reinforces the circadian rhythm and helps stabilize blood pressure over weeks and months. Consistency in sleep schedules also promotes better heart and kidney function, showing that timing of sleep is as important as sleep duration itself. Number 1. Chronic nighttime stress and mental overthinking. The single most powerful nighttime habit that silently raises blood pressure in seniors is going to bed with unresolved stress, worry, or constant mental overthinking. Because even when the body is physically lying still, the brain can keep the nervous system fully activated for hours. When the mind replays concerns about health, finances, family, or the future, the body releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which are designed for short-term emergencies but become harmful when activated night after night. These hormones cause blood vessels to tighten and the heart to pump with more force, directly raising blood pressure during sleep instead of allowing it to fall naturally. Over time, this pattern prevents the body from entering deep restorative sleep, the phase when blood vessels normally relax and repair themselves. For seniors, this effect is especially strong because aging blood vessels are less flexible and more sensitive to stress signals. Even people who fall asleep quickly may still experience elevated nighttime blood pressure if their minds remain in a state of tension beneath the surface. Chronic nighttime stress activates the sympathetic nervous system, keeping the body in a constant fight or flight mode. Studies indicate that seniors who experience high mental stress before bed have significantly higher nocturnal blood pressure and a greater risk of left ventricular hypertrophy, a condition where the heart muscle thickens due to prolonged elevated pressure. Over years, this contributes to heart disease, kidney strain, and vascular stiffening. Techniques for managing nighttime stress include mindfulness meditation, guided imagery, journaling worries earlier in the evening, progressive muscle relaxation, and gentle stretching, all of which help release both mental and physical tension. Combining these techniques with slow, controlled breathing amplifies parasympathetic activation, allowing blood vessels to relax and blood pressure to drop naturally. Over weeks and months, seniors can achieve more restorative sleep, reduce nighttime blood pressure spikes, and support long-term heart and kidney health. Consistently calming the mind before bed reinforces a physiological pattern that allows the cardiovascular system to rest, repairs vascular tissue, and promotes better overall health, demonstrating that even simple nightly habits can have a profound effect on blood pressure regulation over time. Furthermore, chronic mental stress at night can gradually weaken the cardiovascular system. Even if the body appears relaxed, persistent worry keeps stress hormones elevated, causing sustained constriction of blood vessels and increased heart workload. Over months and years, this can contribute to arterial stiffening, increased risk of heart disease, and gradual kidney stress due to higher vascular tension. Seniors may also experience reduced sleep quality, daytime fatigue, and irritability, which indirectly elevate blood pressure further. Techniques like journaling, mindfulness meditation, or progressive muscle relaxation can help release nighttime stress. Consistent practice reinforces the body's natural parasympathetic response, promotes deeper restorative sleep, and helps lower nighttime blood pressure. Over time, reducing mental stress at night has a cumulative protective effect on heart, vascular, and kidney health, making it one of the most important habits to cultivate for long-term well-being. Number 1. That lowers it naturally. The nighttime habit shown to help lower blood pressure naturally in seniors is practicing slow, controlled breathing combined with a calm wind-down routine before sleep. Studies suggest that slow breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of the body responsible for rest, recovery, and relaxation, which signals blood vessels to widen and the heart rate to slow down. When breathing becomes deeper and slower, oxygen delivery improves and stress hormone levels begin to drop, allowing blood pressure to settle more naturally during sleep. This habit does not require special equipment or physical strength, making it especially suitable for older adults. Practicing slow breathing for just a few minutes before bed, such as gently inhaling through the nose and exhaling longer than the inhale, can help quiet the mind and release physical tension stored throughout the day. Pairing this with a consistent bedtime routine, such as dim lighting, calming music, or light stretching, further reinforces relaxation signals to the brain. Over time, this nightly practice can help restore healthier blood pressure patterns during sleep, supporting the heart, brain, and kidneys without strain or force. The key is consistency, as the body responds best when it receives the same calming signals night after night. #Outrow. As we reach the end of this discussion, it becomes clear that nighttime habits play a much larger role in blood pressure than most seniors realize. Staying up late with screens, eating heavy or salty dinners, drinking alcohol in the evening, and keeping an irregular sleep schedule can all quietly interfere with the body's natural ability to regulate blood pressure during rest. Above all, carrying stress into the night keeps the nervous system activated when it should be healing. On the other hand, creating a calm evening routine and practicing slow, controlled breathing can help signal safety and relaxation to the body, allowing blood pressure to lower naturally during sleep. Small changes made consistently can add up to meaningful support for long-term health. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and share it with someone who may benefit, because understanding what happens at night can make a powerful difference in how your body feels during the day. Thank you for watching.